Hello, I am back, and I have finished this dude. I finished another sketchbook. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I've skipped, 5 up until here, so you just kind of have to bear with that. I'd really like to eventually film those, but, I don't have them with me, because I'm in college. Anyways, sketchbook. Yeah, it's honestly kind of a hot mess. I, broke it. It's falling apart right there, and I feel really bad about it. But yeah, here's the back. It's got some little guys on it. This is from a really awesome person I found on Instagram. I'm gonna see if they have a YouTube channel, and if so, I will put it in the description. Please look at their art, it's really cool. So, anyways, here's my sketchbook, and I'm sorry about the glare. Yeah. So, here's this little thing. That's the thing. And then this is the brand. I think I got it for like $8 or $9. And yeah, I finished it. As of today, it's the same day. I already started on my next one, but I was like, okay, I need to chill out. I need to record this one so I don't, you know, whatever. But yes, sketchbook time. So, okay, I'm gonna name off some characters. This is Stormsinger, and this is Conrad, and I'm not even gonna get into the whole thing, but it's, like, yeah. You can just look at these guys and, yeah, have fun with them. Here's this. So, Conrad, and then there's this guy Chester. That's all I'm saying. Here's this thing. It's, yeah. You're gonna have to bear with this sketchbook. I'm just gonna say that. So, this is Windrunner, and yeah, he really sucks at swimming. This doesn't actually go anywhere. I just felt like doing a spread. And yeah, this is crayon. That last thing was watercolor, and this is colored pencils. So this is Water Rush, and this is Thunderbird. And Water Rush, just kind of has some stuff going on, so that's how that is. Here's that. It goes like this. I'm just writing stuff, honestly. I do redesign his little leg in this sketchbook. So there's gonna be several pages with that I think are, yeah. So his leg design is just kind of, I mean, it's not, I've updated it a little bit, but it's not like quite where I want it to be. But this just kind of goes into a lot of that. And I thought it would be really smart for him to start wearing some like braces on his hind legs, just because that would benefit him a lot, I think, because he only has one leg up front. So that just puts a lot of strain on his other legs. So that's kind of how I was thinking with that. But yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff. Here's this, it flips out. Yeah, so basically I settled on giving him a bread tag pattern. I don't really know why, I just thought it was funny. So that's what all this is. And yeah, every time I draw it, like, something kind of changes, just because I'm not 100% like set on it. But I figured that these would at least give me a good starting point on like how I want to continue it. Here's this. Yeah, I'm back. I also finished the cover of this one. Anyways, yeah, this was, yeah, just kind of testing everything together. And then here's this, where I finally settled on the whole bread tag thing, because I was kind of debating it for a little while. But there's that. And here are some other little things. And here's like a random little comic with Chester and Stormy. And these are like just some random little sketchy pages. So this is Big Wings, and this is Kipping Joy. Yeah, you'll find colored versions of them later. So there's this spread, whatever. This is Leia, and then here's just a fun little thing with Conrad. Here's that. And yeah, there's gonna be a lot of flipping. Well, maybe, I don't really know if there's gonna be much flipping in this thing, but there's some stuff. And there's Windrunner, a little spread. Here I was like messing with acrylics. There's a YouTuber, her name is Seal Deer, and I'll see if I can like put her channel in the description as well, because this was inspired by like how she paints at least. So very cool stuff. And the guys, here's this, and this kind of inspired the other cover that I just showed, so that's kind of fun. And some random like perspective-ish stuff, you can even call it that. Here's like a little comic thingy that I never finished, but it's something. Here's another spread. It was kind of copying the idea of this other one. I don't know if it's not safe for work or not, so I'm just gonna continue. These guys just talking about stuff. Here's, these guys are all having a moment. It's something. But this is like a random thing I found on some train tracks. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's kind of neat. And I put it there because I liked the color, so. This is not mine. I ordered some stickers, and they sent a really cute little note with it. So yeah, there's some stuff. And this, I just like cut a bunch of stuff out of an envelope, and then I kind of just glued it onto here. So that's how that was. And here's Stormy. So sometimes I'll like draw my older characters as kids, so this is obviously that. This is a little comic thing that I didn't really do much with. Yeah. And then my brother, he's in the Navy, so this is when he graduated, and it was really cool. And here's Stormsinger and his wife. Her name is Lotus Claw, and they're awesome. So, awesome relationship. And then, when we were at my brother's graduation, we like got to ride this train. So that was really cool. And this is Crove. Yeah, she's kind of not a major character because she's dead, but she's a character. And then here's these guys. This was also done on the train. It's kind of some random stuff. Here I was referencing my doggy to just kind of get some stuff with Conrad. And here's them as kids, where he has his arms, and Conrad isn't burned. So that's pretty cool. But Conrad has a lot of allergies, so yeah. And he's kind of self-conscious about his appearance. He really, I mean, he's trying to get better with it, but it's not like 100%. So yeah, things happen, and you know, he gets tired of everyone talking about him. But here's this. This page I like put a bunch of Mod Podge over, so it started sticking to everything. So I not only put plastic wrap over it, but I also have this in here just in case. But yeah, this is kind of continues from that last thing. Here's a spread with Chester. And then, this is like a random spread with Windrunner, and I really want him to have a girlfriend, but I don't really know, like, anything about her yet. But I really want him to. I want him to be happy. So here's that. I'm 19. Just kind of some random stuff here. And okay, her eyes are, the scleros are supposed to be blue and her iris is supposed to be yellow. I don't really know why, but I drew it wrong there. And this is like a random spread with all my little dudes. This is Running Hair, who is Big Wings' boyfriend. And then this is Nightleaf, and that's Wolf. And they were in that, like, a little while ago, but yeah, there's that. And this is kind of some random stuff. And yeah, there's gonna be some, like, random little sketchy pages that, you know, just kind of here. This is them when they were younger. And then I started this, like, concept. Where are they sticking? I did it like 4 times until I eventually got to this one. It's whatever, but yeah. Windrunner does not like brushing his teeth, so obviously there are gonna be consequences. So I'm hoping it'll get better for him, but you know, there's that. It was a, you know, an idea. Here I kind of started like another little sketchy comic thingy. Yeah. And there's kind of, I mean, you can pause this if you want, but like, you know, here they went to a little ice cream shop, so I drew some of that. And then this kind of, it like jumps a little bit, but yeah, there's just kind of some stuff like that. Whoops, skipping stuff. Here I turned Windrunner into a dog. That was something. And then I tried to see what Conrad would look like as a dragon, but it's just a really sad, thing. It does not sound fun. But here's that. Here's these guys again. And I, like, got a bunch of nail polish and just, like, put it all over this thing. You know, it just kind of is like that sometimes. Some other little spreads, sketchy stuff. Here, was that, I guess, last video I uploaded, just another little spread with Windrunner. And here's like some random little sketches. So Stormslinger and Nightleaf, they just kind of live with each other, because it's easier. So that's, you know, there's kind of talking about some stuff. Then I colored these, I think yesterday or something, just because I wanted to have some color on there. But yeah, some little dudes. And this, I think, this is from like when they were kids or whatever. It kind of goes on for a few pages. Here, I got really hooked on a song, so, you know, it is what it is. I hadn't heard it in like at least 5 years. Then I heard it like an Instagram reel, and I was like, oh my god, this can't be happening. So, yeah, that was me for a good 2 days or whatever. Here, so I made some friends in college, which is like, wow, it's really cool for me because I have a hard time making friends. But, whoa, we like wandered around the woods and found a bunch of chestnuts. So, that's what this is. And this was like a random thing from when Chester was a little guy. And here's another little spread with these guys. This kind of started being like a little thing that I've been doing with them. I don't really know why exactly. Little stars or whatever. So, that's that. Here, oh my god. I'm just gonna say this spread that this leads up to, I am sorry in advance. But, here's this. It's like just a random little thing. He's trying to paint his nails, but he's not doing a great job. Here's just some other little things. Concepts. How about I actually get the right words? These are concepts. It's kind of a random little thing in that. Yep, here's Stormy and Lotus Claw again, being awesome. But, Okay, so he has like this little mark on that paw, which is like a whole thing with the story. I accidentally drew it on that one, so I fixed it. And then later I realized that his thumb is in the wrong spot, so we can just ignore that. And here's this spread. It's, something, but like, I just wanted to do it. I thought it'd be kind of fun, so I'm sorry about that. I am not sorry about this, though. I think it kind of looks cool. So, you know, anyways, that. And here's Stormsinger being upset about that last spread. There's no reason for it, really, but yeah, just kind of some other spread stuff. Yeah, towards the end of this thing, I just kind of started doing some more sketches, just because I don't want to say I get, like, sick of sketchbooks, but, like, I don't know, I just kind of don't really feel like doing a whole bunch of finished stuff all the time. But yeah, it's kind of kid stuff, and I don't know if I said it or not already, but this is Bluey. This is Stormsinger's teddy bear. If anything happens to Bluey, let's just say it's not good. So, yeah. Here's some more Windrunner stuff. Here, so we have an art club in college. So, this was our very first meeting. It was just like, draw yourself. So, there's that. Here's some stuff with these guys. And somebody, so I was showing people my sketchbook, and somebody, really did not like that previous spread, and I felt really bad about it. But then it's just, now it's kind of a joke. Yeah, sorry. Here's these guys. So my roommate and I, we just kind of started watching a bunch of like 80s movies. So this was one of them. And they were like free stuff because we don't want to spend money. Here's one of my siblings. I did not draw them well and I feel kind of bad. But anyways, here's some stuff when Conrad was, I guess just burned. Fun fact, he has a fake eyeball. So, yeah, I think you've seen that in a few pages. But here's these guys again, being awesome. And, yeah, I just did a few little spreads of them. Oh, let's just say we had a, armed shooter alert. It was a false alarm, but it was awful. So that's what that is. And then here's just kind of some little stuff. And Thunderbird and Waterrush have a daughter. She's right here, and she's cool. But yeah. Honestly, these are just kind of like random little things. Sorry about the glare. But yeah. And here's some more stuff with these guys and Leia. And that. We're having another moment with Windrunner, but it's okay. Yeah. So, just kind of some other little things. And then this is like the final, I guess, comic thingy. This is Bone Claws and this is Crove. And in their world, this was like about 7 years ago, give or take. But yeah, basically, these guys are kind of jerks sometimes, and they're kind of mean to Stormy, which is really not nice. So please don't be mean to him. But yeah, honestly, my art kind of just goes down the drain here because I got, you know, tired of this. But here's the final thing. I did it with some acrylics that I had literally just bought. So honestly, I haven't used acrylics for a hot minute, so this kind of doesn't look great, but you know, it is what it is. But honestly, I think that's it. So this was Sketchbook. Here is this one, but I honestly haven't done anything with it yet. There's like nothing in it. But yeah, cool stuff. I'm gonna try and upload on here more just because it's kind of fun. And yeah, goodbye. Whoa.